Hello mixtresses and mixters. This is Mixtress Ray. You're watching Mixtress Video. So I am going to do today a video that I've tried to do several times. I think this is like literally the fourth or fifth time I've tried to do this video, which is just over the last year and a half. Like as soon as I started getting goddess decks, I wanted to compare the goddesses to each other from the goddess decks. I think Truth and Story channel, she did one of these like giant comparisons between lots of different goddess oracle decks. I have one of the decks that she has, or two. I have two of the decks that she has, but this is going to be different because I have at least two or three decks that she didn't use in that comparison. So primarily what I'm going to compare, we're going to go in alphabetical order. Primarily what I'm going to compare is Goddess Oracle by Amy Sophia Marashinsky, illustrated by Harana Janto. This is the one, just a quick review of the ones that I'm going to be flipping through today. If you wanted to get just one goddess deck, this would be my recommendation because it's from US Games, so it's affordable. US Games, right? Yes. It's affordable, easy to find, it's very diverse. It has the goddess, a keyword, it's got poetry, it's got like a ritual, it's got pronunciation for each of the goddesses, which is important to me because I want to get it right. It's got a really great guidebook. All the goddesses in this deck, as you will see as we flip through it, they are depicted as being the race and nationality of where they're from, like they're supposed to be. I'm going to be also comparing Legendary Ladies, which is a newer goddess deck from Chronicle Books. Who's the author on this one? Anne Shin. And this one's also a very diverse deck, and this one is a great one for just like really simple guidance. So if you like the artwork in this one, it's very diverse. It's got really nice simple guidance. There's no pronunciation guide, which you really kind of need on some of these bitches, but there you go. And that one's probably even more affordable than the Goddess Oracle. All of these are easy to find, actually. Divine Feminine is another one. This is one that, like, if you're into like feminist flavored Christianity, this is probably be the one for you. This one has historical figures and saints and goddesses from around the world. It's also relatively diverse, but it does really lean towards Christianity and Eastern mysticism overall. But it also has, you know, who she is. It's got historical descriptions, when your soul selects her card, meditation and intention. I would recommend this one, but I feel like you really need to be, I don't know, like I guess maybe you don't need to be drawn to like feminist Christianity, because I'm not really drawn to that, so, and I like that deck. And then the Goddesses Knowledge cards with art by Susan Eleanor Boulay. Okay, so those are the primary decks. There are a few other cards mixed in from other decks, because I have other oracle decks that just like Yogic Path that has deities in it, has like one of the like sections in that deck as deities. This pile here is the pile of goddesses from these decks that are not depicted in any other deck. So I think I will just kind of like really quickly flip through them. So you can pause if you need to. The majority of this video will be about the comparison of goddesses that appear in multiple decks. Come on, baby. So anytime you see the white border at the bottom, that is the Goddess Oracle. Anytime you see this like cutesy artwork, kind of long, thin card, that is the Legendary Ladies Goddess deck. And then anytime you see sort of this like reddish light shining from all corners kind of reflection situation. This is the Divine Feminine. And then these, I'm not showing you the art, but this is the Goddess's Knowledge. This isn't really meant to be an oracle deck per se. It just kind of has historical information on one side, and then it has the artwork on the other. It is the 4th of July today, so it's during the day, so there shouldn't be too many fireworks noises, but it will happen. Just in case you see like a goddess that's important to you and you want to know which deck it's from. This way you can tell. This one kind of has, this Divine Feminine deck has some interesting parallels of like twin soul energy kind of going on, which is not something that I normally talk about. But Miao Shan is thought to be, she's a historical figure that's thought to be the human embodiment of Kuan-Yin. And there's a couple of other situations like that in that particular deck, so that's interesting. Does she kind of look like Janelle Monáe a little bit? Just the expression on her face mostly. I'm surprised that Persephone I only have in this one deck. I really like this depiction too. She's so cool. Sorry, I'm probably going through these a little too fast, but I know it's going to, this is going to be a long video. Wait, is that Thecla? No, I keep thinking I have Thecla somewhere else, but I don't. I love this. This is my favorite card in this deck. White Shell Woman is thought to be a younger version of Changing Woman. I do have Changing Woman, but I didn't use that. Okay, there you go. So that's just a quick flip through of the ones that these goddesses only appear in one of my decks. Okay. So, first goddess that appears in multiple decks, Amaterasu. She appears in 3 decks. So here are her images from all 3. Beauty and inner light is kind of her general message. So you can see there's overlapping symbolism of just like beautiful shining light and that mirror. Okay. Aphrodite is in 3 decks. You might want to get closer, huh? Okay, keeping it like a little far out too, just because there's going to be some, like Isis is in like 5 decks, so I want to have enough room to get them all on here. Aryan Rod is in 2 decks. Artemis is in 3 decks. Kind of like Queen of the Forest situation. Oh my god, I'm just remembering. There's a Jasmine Beckett Griffith deck that has Artemis in it. Oh well, I didn't pull that one. That's not a goddess deck, so. And then we have Athena in 2 decks. Bast, who is my baby. She's one of my main bitches. We got her in 3 decks. At first I was like a little prickly about this one because I'm like, Bast is a black cat, but I just have fallen in love with this cat. This is from Goddess Oracle again. Bridget is in a bunch of decks. Oh, okay, only 3. I was like, she's in all the decks, let's make room. Nope, only 3. So yeah, I'm going a little fast, but you can easily just pause on any of these if you want to study the depiction. Changing Woman. Demeter. Diana. I love this Diana. I have a hard time telling the difference between, is it Artemis? Is Artemis the other? Yeah. I think one's Greek and one's Roman. I don't know the difference between Greek and Roman mythology, unfortunately. Oh, Durga's in a bunch. Okay. This is a situation where, like, I have pulled some cards from the Earth Warriors deck because there are some goddesses in that deck, and then I've pulled some cards from Yogic Oracle because there are deities in that deck. So this is Durga in the 2 main goddess decks, and then in Yogic Path, Oracle, and Earth Warriors. So she's usually riding a tiger. She's really cool. I think it's possible it's just an alternate spelling, but I think this extra S is not supposed to be here in this deck. I might be wrong. Astanatlihi. Freya. I love this in the Divine Feminine. I only say yes when it's a holy hell yes. Gaia. Hathor. She's in several. She is the Egyptian cow goddess. Hecate. Hell. Hestia, also known as Vesta, I think. Hina. Inanna. Inanna's in 4 decks. Another one that that looks like Janelle Monáe to me. Why am I thinking about Janelle Monáe so much today? This is Inanna. It's getting a glare from the window. Okay, here we go. Isis. There's a lot of Isis. Okay, not that much. Only 4. I have a whole goddess. I have a whole deck of Isis. I have the Isis Oracle. I should probably put the dark one over here. Yeah, that's a little bit better. My favorite by far is this one from Goddess Oracle. This one's pretty cool though. This one bugs me because it looks like, I've said it before, apparently I'm going to say it again. I don't like when they depict Isis as being like Elizabeth Taylor looking motherfucker. I just don't like it. Ishel. Got her in 4 different decks. This is Earth Warriors again, right here. Kali. This is another super important bitch to me. This is from the Oracle of Shadows and Light. This is I think the only goddess that is depicted and named on the card in that particular deck. So it's not a goddess deck per se. This is from Yogic Path again. Love her. Love all these depictions of her, honestly. Kuan-Yin is another one that's in a lot of decks. Sometimes it's spelled with a Q, but I put her in the K's because most decks will spell her with a K. Love Kuan-Yin. Love her, love her, love her. This is such a gorgeous card. Lakshmi is in at least 4 decks. Yep. So this is Yogic Path again. And she's usually depicted pretty much the same. And abundance is usually her keyword. Lalita is in 2 different decks. Again, this is Yogic Path. It's not exclusively a deities, but it has deities in it. Got Lilith. Ma'at is another important one to me. I don't love either of these depictions. The only reason why I don't love this one is because her legs look like, I don't know, weirdly proportioned. Something looks off about like this leg doesn't look long enough. But that's just a tiny nitpick. Okay, then we've got Mary. Mary's only depicted in 2 different decks that I have, but she's depicted 3 times in the Divine Feminine. See what I'm saying with feminist Christianity in that deck? She's depicted as the Black Madonna, Our Lady of Guadalupe, and then Mary of Nazareth. And I really like that she did this, that she chose different cultures and how they represent Mary, because she's represented in so many different cultures in so many different ways. So I really like that, even though I'm not a big Mary person. This is Mary and Jesus. Just like Isis was Isis and Osiris. I am of the opinion that Isis is the original Mary. Minerva we have in 2 different decks. Morgan Le Fay we have in 2 different decks. Newt. She's made of stars. I love this. Isn't that beautiful? Oshun. These are both like, wow. Abundant Beyonce energy in both of these bitches. Love it. Oya. Pachamama is in 3 different, this is just, this is Mystical Shaman. And this is the only card that has a goddess. Get all these babies on here. Look at this one. Wow. I think You know what? I should have put Gaia with Pachamama almost. Because I think that's like the same concept. A lot of these goddesses, that really is the case, where there's a similar concept. Like, I think Kuan-Yin and Terra are really the same goddess. Mary and Isis are the same goddess to me. Pachamama and Gaia. It's just like the more I learn about goddesses, the more I see those similarities. Parvati. Pele is in 3 different decks. Pele was like one of the first goddesses that I fell in love with ever because of Tori Amos and her Boys for Pele album. Righteous Fireman. Psyche. Rhiannon. She's in 3 different decks. She's like a horse goddess. I like this one. How her face is kind of like morphing into a horse. Beautiful. Love that deck so much. Goddess Oracle. I'm just saying, if you're looking for a goddess deck, that is my recommendation. I'm going to put Yogic Path in the middle on this one because I like it a lot. Self-knowledge and enlightenment. Sarasvati. Saraswati? Oh, look at that. Danielle Noel. Your art slays me, man. Sedna is in 3 different decks. I don't like the keyword victim on the Goddess Oracle. Just kind of bugs me. Look at that gorgeousness, though. Wow. Sedna's one that comes up for me a lot. Sekhmet. Bitch. Anger and rage. Righteous anger. Righteous anger. The Sphinx. Wow, I'm actually getting through this. You guys, this is going to be a really long video. The whole time you're looking at it going, I know, it's not that long. I don't know what you're talking about, bitch. Spider Woman. Oh, these kind of look like different depictions of the same person. They really do. I didn't really give myself time for any commentary on these because I thought I had to rush through it, guys. Terra is in 3 decks. I like her in all 3 of these. Gorge. She is gorge. Terra is important. I'm pretty sure, like, this one is White Buffalo Calf Woman, but I'm pretty sure they're really supposed to be the same energy going on here. Usually she's just called White Buffalo Woman, as far as I know. This is the only time I've ever seen her be called White Buffalo Calf Woman. Look at that energy. This is the Earth Warriors deck again. This is a really great one for... There's kind of an intersection of, like, ancient Aztec, indigenous cultures in America, Latino culture. It's a mixture of different cultures going on in this particular deck, Earth Warriors. It's really cool. Really great deck. Okay, these, some of them have slightly different, like, Yamoha and Yamaya, but I think they're supposed to be the same. Wow. Beautiful, right? Okay, and then I have this sort of weird category at the end. So, I pulled 2 Shekinah and Sophia. Both of these are kind of like... Shekinah, I think, is supposed to be the goddess embodiment of the Holy Spirit, and Sophia, I think, is the voice of God or something. I could be wrong, don't quote me on that, but they both gave me sort of the same vibe. So I'm putting them here, even though they have different names. And then I pulled, a lot of the goddess decks will have like a sort of a divine feminine energy kind of situation. Like the divine feminine has the cosmic egg. Kundalini, I think, is kind of that vibe, sort of that divine feminine aligning of chakras kind of vibe. And then Shakti in the goddess oracle. So I think these are pretty much the same. This one kind of combines them both because it has sort of the aligning chakras energy inside of an egg that is also a snake. So this is the best of all the worlds, I think, right? And then this, now that I'm looking at it, I don't know if this one kind of counts as the same vibe, but this is the triple goddess from Goddess's Knowledge. Well, there you go. This is what I thought was going to be super long, a 26-minute video. I'm trying to think what else I can... Should we pull a goddess? Should we pull a goddess? I don't know how I'm going to shuffle this. Let's try. Let's pull a goddess for everybody here today. I almost need to close my eyes so I don't like see what deck I'm pulling this from. Yeah, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna just close my eyes and then like kind of reach this one right here. Artemis. Artemis, the archaic mistress of animals, possibly dates back to Paleolithic times. Her realm is the wilderness, and her concern extends to all wild, untamed things. She presides over the hunt and is the goddess of hunters. Fiercely individualistic and independent, she remains apart from relationship to men. Despite her fierceness, in a divine feminine goddess video, protector of births, she alleviates the suffering of women in childbirth. Suffering of women in childbirth. She is also responsible for the initiation of young girls. Artemis is a wonderful symbol of female independence. She reminds us of the value of solitude and the importance of wild, unprotected places. She shows us those frightening places that bring healing even through fear. So let's also, I'm not going to try to find her. Oh God, I want to, but I don't want to. You know, I'm not going to try to find her, but I'm going to, she is also in, let's just look up the description in Goddess Oracle of Artemis too, for whoever needs this message of Artemis today. You guys can see that. Another multi-dimensional goddess reduced by the Greeks to the domain of moon, virgin, huntress, and childbirth, really represented the feminine in all her aspects. Look at that. She was the huntress who protected animals, and the virgin, whole and complete unto herself. That's the definition. Oh, I love that. I love that. Okay, from now on, when I see the word virgin, I'm going to think of it as whole and complete unto myself, who made love in the woods. When Artemis was a little girl, Zeus, her father, wanted to give her a gift and ask her what she wanted. Artemis replied, "I want to run forever wild and free with my hounds in the woods and never ever marry." Ooh, I like it. I like it. Okay, so that's your little message for whoever needed that. I hope you guys have a great day. I'm going to go ahead and upload it today. So if you are a person that is like me, triggered by fireworks, and it is a full moon tonight, full moon in an eclipse, and if you live in a town where people are setting off fireworks like crazy, like there's no pandemic, and it's triggering for you, know that you are not alone and that you will get through it. Do whatever you got to do. Watch YouTube videos, watch ASMR videos, get through the night, pull some cards for yourself, dance. If you have noise canceling headphones, you can put on your favorite music and dance. just get that energy out, instead of, containing it within you. Don't contain your pain within you. Let it out in a healthy way. That's my message to you right now. So I hope you guys have a great weekend, week, month, all the things whenever you see this.